Alrighty, welcome back to another trade recap. Today I took a long on the S&P 500. I'm up around $600, and let me just show you the executions before I forget. Here are the executions. And today I'm happy with my trade and my execution as far as entry and exit, but as far as the patience that I had and the discipline, I am very happy with as well. But market was just not efficient at all today, and I want to go into deep reason of why it was not efficient. But let's just start by going over the trade that I took today. So let's just start off coming into market open. So coming into market open, if we take a look at NQ and where NQ was at this time, at market open, we were respecting this daily fair value gap, and then we also tap back into this daily change in the state. And if we go down to the 4 hour, we had this order block and this bearish SMT with this internal high. And we had this order block right here that I would want to see price come back and tap into. So scaling down, we also had this unfilled 1 hour right here, or this, sorry, not unfilled. It was unfilled on ES, but this 1 hour for value gap, and then also London highs. We had London highs resting right below this fair value gap. So I wanted this to be the draw. I wanted London highs to be the draw, even though on the higher time frame I am bearish. What I wanted to see coming into market open was I wanted to see price come up, take London, rebalance, and then have a move lower towards these relatively equal lows. However, at market open, as you can see on NQ, we came down and we took these internal lows, these relative equal lows right at market open. Now, going over to ES, ES did not take those relative equal lows, okay? So let's go down to the 15-minute. Oh. So going down to ES, we did not take these relative equal lows. We put in a bullish SMT, and I wanted to see, like I said, this unfilled 1 hour fair value gap on ES be the draw, and London be the draw. So why is this not back in replay mode? What the fuck? Okay. So like I said, I wanted this unfilled 1 hour to be the draw and London be the draw. Let me delete this order block real quick. Okay. So like I said, we did not take these internal lows. And then also at market open, we ran through this 15-minute bearish fair value gap on ES and NQ and had this 15-minute change in the state to the upside. So already I am bullish bias. I want to see this go up to London first. So we put in a bearish or bullish SMT, sorry. Oh, we put in a bullish SMT, and when market opens, we come down and we respect not only this 5-minute fair value gap, but we also respect this 15-minute inverse and tap back into the 15-minute change in the state. So once we put in this SMT, we have our moves lower, and notice how we respect constant encroachment of this 1-minute wick, okay? We come back, tap into constant encroachment, and have an immediate reaction to the upside. So once we close above this change in the state, right here, I enter long. And let me also point something out. On NQ, at market open, we displaced this 1-minute bearish for value gap, and we completely ran through it. And we also had this 1-minute change on NQ, okay? So keep that in mind. So I was very confident in my draw on liquidity being that London high and that unfilled 1 hour. However, like I said before, we had very inefficient price action. And the reason being is because on Friday, we had Powell speaking, and we had a huge move to the upside. So if we look at this, we are in this range, kind of in this middle of the range, not really knowing where we want to go, right? We had this huge move Friday, and we're in this range, not really knowing where to go, where we want to go. So what can we expect from this huge move Friday coming into a no news Monday? Is we can expect choppy price action and inefficient price action. And I knew this coming into market open. However, I am fine with taking this setup. I'm not mad at taking this setup, but I need to understand, and I did understand, and you guys need to understand, that this will always be lower probability, no matter if this is perfect. Because this, in my eyes, this is an A+ setup. But because of a no news Monday after a huge move the previous week, this will always be lower probability because we are expected to chop back and forth. So moving on, I enter long and I have my stop right below constant encroachment of this wick and right above this SMT protected low, just targeting a 1-to-1. And as you can see, we continue to chop just in this range, almost get stopped out. We can continue to chop. But the one thing I want you to notice is this model was never invalidated. This model was never invalidated through all this chop. Through all this chop, this bullish model was never invalidated. And I want to keep in mind that on the 15 minute on NQ, we were also chopping, but notice on the 15 minute, not only did we respect this 15-minute inverse, but we also respected constant encroachment of this original 15-minute wick. Where's it at? Right here. We respected constant encroachment of this 15-minute wick, and then what did we do later on in the PM session? We moved higher. So, moving back to ES. This model was never invalidated, and then as soon we had new home sales at 8 a.m., nothing high impact, but 10 a.m. close and new home sales at 10 a.m. is going to bring some volatility towards the draw. We come up and we take the draw. TP was hit. I was fully out. And that is how I made $600 trading the S&P 500. And I want you to know, let's just look over price throughout the PM session on ES. Just complete chop. Inefficient price action. That is exactly what we can expect. So I took my piece and I got out of there. And if I got stopped out of this trade, I was completely fine with that. But that was my trade on the S&P 500. Like I said, not mad at it, but you have to understand going into these type of days, these no news Mondays after a big move the previous week will always be lower probability. Even if it's your setup, even if it's A+, it will always be lower probability. So you have to keep that in mind. So that was my trade today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.